Hello. So what we will be talking to you today about is buttock augmentation or buttock contouring procedure. This procedure, buttock augmentation, is not only for women who desire African or a Latino butt. This is also commonly done for females who are suffering from hip dips. So what are hip dips? You will see a lot of females when they are wearing tight clothes on the lateral side of their hips, the skin dips inside. This does not look aesthetic and can be easily corrected. How do we do this? So we use a principle of fat grafting. So we do liposuction at certain areas of the body where the fat is not desired. We take out this fat, treat this fat, and put this fat in the zones which we want to augment. So typically for our Indian patients or even Caucasian patients who do not want like a Latino or a big butt, we correct the width of the pelvis and we correct the hip dips. At the same time, if they want, we can also improve the contour and the shape of the buttocks and improve their projection by adding fat to the posterior part of the buttocks. Now these all zones and the areas which needs augmentation has to be discussed with the patient, and an informed decision has to be made between the patient and the doctor. When I meet the patient, we discuss upon all these areas, what needs improvement, what does not need improvement, what the patient expectations are. We'll show them their pictures and we will show them the past results of ours, and then we decide about what a patient actually needs and wants. At the same time, one has to make sure that the procedure is kept absolutely safe. Remember, buttock augmentation procedure is actually regarded as one of the most unsafe procedure in the history of cosmetic surgery if not done properly by a cosmetic surgeon. One has to be specifically trained in this surgery to keep the procedure absolutely safe and effective. Hello, I am Dr. Rajat Gupta, practicing in Delhi, India, and having experience of more than 200 buttock contouring procedures in just last 2 years. This is one of the most common procedures which we do in our practice, and I'm also the trainer for this procedure and train other plastic surgeons on how to use this technique to enhance a woman's body contouring results. So, how do we do this procedure safely? The technique which we use is called as expansion vibration lipofilling technique. Now let's understand what's the problem in this procedure is and how that problem is circumvented with expansion vibration lipofilling. So now understand that once we put the fat in the buttocks, either in the posterior or lateral portion, the most problematic thing which can happen is this fat being put too deep, and in the muscle there are some big veins and vessels, and then this fat can be sucked out in these vessels and can cause something called as embolism, which can be life endangering. So the idea of the surgery is to make sure that the fat remains superficial above the muscle. Now understand, in the buttock, above the muscle and beneath the skin, there is no plane, there is no pocket in which the fat can be put. If you put the fat with syringes and needles, there is a limit to what a fat can be put, and you cannot get a good or a smoother result. Hence, we use something called as expansion vibration lipofilling technique. What is this technique? This technique uses a tool called as MicroAire, which was actually designed for a liposuction. But in reverse, this tool is used to put the fat in. How? With MicroAire, there is something called as basket cannula, and this cannula keeps on vibrating inside the buttock, just beneath the skin. So what happens is, the cannula goes in beneath the skin, makes the space, release the fat at the same time. So this fat actually has been placed inside the buttock, which is superficial, much above the muscle, so in safe zone, just beneath the skin, after creating the space for it. Hence, the survival of this fat is much better, and hence the results are much more better. As well as you keep the fat pocket much above the muscle and just below the skin, so the procedure is kept absolutely safe. So for buttock augmentation, expansion vibration lipofilling is a must to do this procedure effectively and safely. We are proud that we are in partnership with MicroAire to train other plastic surgeons across the country in these techniques. This is something very, very important, because unless you keep the procedure safe, There are lots of issues which can happen in the procedure and make the procedure unsafe. And if the procedure is not done properly by many plastic surgeons across the country, patients actually start fearing the procedure. So, the important about buttock augmentation is to keep the procedure absolutely safe and effective by using expansion, vibration, lipofilling technique. Make sure your surgeon knows how this technique is done. Discuss with your doctor what exactly contouring you desire, whether you want a posterior projection or a width projection, or you want both of them, or you want just a hip dip correction. These are certain finer nuances in the aesthetics which one has to understand and then go for the procedure. It's a very gratifying procedure because once you contour the butt, a female actually gets a nice hourglass shape. I'll be ending this video and showing you some of our results now, which you can see and understand what results we can give you with this procedure. I've tried to answer most of the commonly asked questions regarding buttock augmentation. If you have more questions, please write in to us and we'll be happy to help you. Thank you for watching this video.